All rise. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Supreme Court of Florida is now in session. All who have cause to plead, draw near. Give attention, you shall be heard. God save these United States, great state of Florida, and this honorable court. Ladies and gentlemen, the Supreme Court of Florida, please be seated.
Good morning. Welcome to the Florida Supreme Court. The first matter on our docket today relates to an inquiry concerning a judge, Ernest A. Kollera. Judge Kollera, you are here before the court today because of misconduct in your role as a judge. We all recognize that this is a sad day for you. This is also a sad occasion for this court and for the entire state judiciary. Your misconduct has damaged the public's trust and confidence in you as an individual judge, as well as the public's trust and confidence in our state court system. This is a very serious matter and one that we as a court take very seriously. The effectiveness of our courts ultimately rests on the trust and confidence that the people confer upon us as judges. The misconduct of which you are guilty cannot be undone, but it can be rectified to an extent by this public reprimand. Administering public reprimands such as this one is one way we can assure the public that we take misbehavior by judges very seriously. Judge Kollera, you have stipulated to the charges against you and therefore acknowledged your misconduct. According to the stipulation you reached with the Judicial Qualifications Commission, you improperly introduced partisan political activity into your campaign for judicial office. Specifically, there were separate events at which you made statements about a partisan affiliation and a partisan endorsement. In May of 2018, you appeared before the editorial board of the Sun-Sentinel newspaper and identified yourself as a registered member of the Republican Party. Then in June 2018, you attended what was billed as an endorsement event for a partisan organization called the Dauphin Democrats. Later that same month, you concluded a stump speech by telling the attendees that you had recently received the endorsement of the Dauphin Democrats. Judge Kollera, Canon 7C3 of the Florida Code of Judicial Conduct contains the following statement that applies to candidates for judicial office. It says, the candidate should refrain from commenting on the candidate's affiliation with any political party. And it also provides that a judicial candidate attending a political party function must avoid conduct that suggests or appears to suggest support of or opposition to a political party. Canon 70 says that subject to certain exceptions not relevant here, a judge shall not engage in any political activity. In its proceedings, the JQC noted that Canons 7C3 and 7D very clearly and unambiguously prohibit partisan political conduct by judges or candidates for judicial office, the sort of conduct in which you engaged. In mitigation, the JQC found that you were a relatively new and inexperienced judge at the time your misconduct occurred. It also found that you admitted to the ethical breach, cooperated in the JQC investigation, took responsibility, and agreed to receive a public reprimand. Judge Kollera, the fact that your misconduct went to both sides of the political aisle does not make it any less a violation of Canon 7. As the JQC observed, the purpose of the applicable canons is to protect the integrity of nonpartisan judicial elections. And as you yourself have now recognized, the canons accomplish that purpose in part by prohibiting the exact type of conduct in which you engaged. In our opinion in this case, the court also found that the public reprimand I am now administering has been deemed sufficient discipline in similar cases of judicial misconduct in the past. As you yourself now have acknowledged, your conduct at issue here was a serious ethical breach that deserves to be publicly rejected. Judge Kollera, you're hereby publicly reprimanded for your violations of the Code of Judicial Conduct, and you are now free to leave.